Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to more NPC recreations, this time of one of my new favourite characters, Sugar Riot, the second boss of the new Arcadian raid series, the Cruiserweight division. And this fight in particular is quite a fun one. On Savage, it looks absolutely bonkers. I can't wait to progress this myself, but I thought today we would recreate this NPC, or as close to as humanly possible, with whatever, the player gets to have in the game. Usually NPCs are made with custom parts, custom faces, things like that. So let's see how close we can get our recreation before we realize that we cannot do a one-to-one recreation. Let's get into Character Creator and then Fantasia, my main character, and demonstrate this then with full glamour. For Sugar Riot then, it was a fairly simple case of just getting the hairstyle right, basically, and then all of the other proportions kind of work together. She does appear to be quite a tall Lalafell, so I've just put her at the max height, not that you could really tell that much difference anyway. Bust height, we're not going to mess with. Face, I think it's type 1. The rest of them just do not match, so I think it is type 1. For our skin color, I went somewhere down here. So this is what, 218, 177, 154 RGB. Hairstyle, it's on the second row on the last column, the fifth column. That's definitely her hairstyle. And then for a hair color, obviously first section is black, and then you've got a little bit of a gray, almost purple highlight. You could go slightly more purple if you wanted to. In fact, we probably will. But yeah, it's somewhere around there, and it's the correct hairstyle at the very least. For jaw type, we've got type 2. Eye shape is about type 4. Iris, she has large irises, and the eye color is somewhere in your sea greens, somewhere in the spectrum, which is very similar to my main character actually. And then eyebrows, we went for type 3 because they're the little flicks, and then the nose just type 4. Mouth type 1, just default basically, and then we've got a little bit of a sort of red, a light red on the lips there that you can barely even tell even exists. And then for the ear shape, we've gone for type 2 at the maximum size, because if I remember correctly, they've got quite big ears. Facial features, we've got basically eyeshadows on here, and the earring as well, the hooped earring. So those three. And then tattoos, I didn't do any. Face paint, however, I went for the fourth or third option, but it's the fourth one along. The typical sort of eyeshadow, which we've gone for a bit of a nice rosy pink, sort of a bit of a red around the eyes. If I remember correctly, the character looks a bit like that. That's probably as close as I'm going to get. So we need to put her in some clothes, and maybe she'll look closer to the actual NPC. Okay, so when it came to actually making an outfit for this character, it was actually a little bit difficult because I was trying to maximize the matching potential with the jacket. Obviously, we've got the dried white old rose here because we still don't have regulators in the game. Hopefully one day we will. But the jacket is a real problem. It's the same style. So it is the Vanguard Boleros. So there's the scouting one, there's a striking one. This is actually the aiming one, mostly because it's the closest colors that we could physically get. I've tried everything with the dyes on these, and this is the closest we can get. So Sugar Riot actually uses a very, very custom version of this. So much like Dancing Green took the Free Spirit top and then changed the dye palettes completely, Sugar Riot has basically got the same thing. She has a Vanguard chest piece that has been completely messed with. So this is the closest that we could get to have, closer to the more pink with purple kind of coloration. So that's what we've gone with here, which is the Vanguard Bolero of aiming, which does of course make this an aiming piece. We also have the Isle Vacationers wristbands, which we've put some brown on there. But honestly, I think any nails probably would work. You can't really see the underside of those. Maybe the false nails or something. And then obviously we've got the Vanguard breeches to go with that because it appears that she wears two of the same set. And those are of course the breeches of aiming again because it comes with those colors already included. And the boots are actually the Night of Devilry boots from the Halloween event. So that's as close as I could physically get to Sugar Riot. And I think it's recognizable, honestly. I don't think anyone's going to be questioning who that's supposed to be. Or at least, I don't think so. But yeah, that's pretty much my setup for Sugar Riot. And hopefully that helped with all the sliders and bits and pieces. I had a lot of fun making these characters. I always do. And hopefully one day we can get some of the custom set pieces that, glamour pieces that characters don't seem to have access to, but everybody in the game does that's an NPC. So anyway, much love, and I'll see you next time.